Hello Globetrotters, it's Kate Pilcher here, founder and guide of Globetrotting. In this video I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get saddle fit in preparation to your horse riding holiday. Seriously, you're going to thank me. Now, if you don't have your own horse but have signed up for a riding holiday, you want to make sure that your body is saddle fit. Let's face it, there is nothing worse than being saddle sore after day one of a 7-day riding holiday. Of course, there's always a glass of wine and some ibuprofen that will soothe the aches and pains of a night time, but it's not ideal. You don't want to be limping around like an old woman or man and gasping with pain every time you're in the saddle. The majority of the globetrotting rides that we offer, you're expected to be in the saddle for at least 4 hours a day. And if you signed up for our rides in Namibia, Kenya, Botswana, Mongolia, you can spend up to 7 hours in the saddle, especially on days when you're moving from one camp to the next. If you're not riding fit, it is going to affect your enjoyment level, right? So just think, every trot and canter you'll be wincing in pain rather than appreciating your surroundings, horses and the wildlife. So do yourself a favour and put some time into preparing your body and your bottom for long hours in the saddle. So my word of advice, clock up as many hours in the saddle as you can. I know that sounds obvious, but trust me, people don't. If you're fortunate to have your own horse and are regularly riding 2 or 3 times a week in the lead up to your riding holiday, you're more than prepped. You can stop watching this video now. If you have access to a horse but haven't ridden for a while, make sure you block out some time on the weekend and midweek to ride. You'll need to start a month minimum out from beginning your horse riding adventure. When in the saddle, make sure you post to the trot for at least 7 minutes at a time, and also 7 minutes or more at a slow paced canter. If you normally sit in the saddle at a canter, start practicing cantering out of the saddle in 2-point, where you balance on your stirrup with light hands. Please do not hang off your horse's mouth. This helps take the weight off your horse's back, which will be a welcome relief for your mount. I'm very aware that you may have signed up for a globetrotting holiday but you haven't ridden for 4 or 5 years. You love horses and have ridden in the past, but whether it's a career, money, young family, or just living circumstances, you don't have a horse or ridden for a long time. I totally get it. And that's why you've booked on this ride, right? As you're desperate to feel the freedom of riding again. If you've signed up for one of our international rides, I strongly urge you to do some riding before your riding holiday. Even if it's just for a confidence boost to confirm, oh, that's right, I can ride and I love it. If you're stuck in a city, there are plenty of riding stables where you can hire a horse. I would ring them first and ask what type of riding they actually offer for intermediate to advanced riders. Ideally, the best training for a riding holiday is to trail ride rather than a dressage lesson in an arena. Makes sense, because your riding holiday is really just a trail ride. Now, off the horse training, Pilates, I swear by. I'm a huge advocate. Whether it's a reformer or mat class, both work on your core strength, which is imperative for posting to the trot and holding a canter. While riding, you engage your upper and lower legs and your biceps to control the horse. Pilates is brilliant for honing in on specific muscle groups while still being low impact on your body. If you can't notch up enough hours in the saddle before your riding holiday, I wholeheartedly recommend signing up for a Pilates class at least once a week. So there you have it, Globetrotters. I hope those tips helped in preparing you for your next riding holiday. Make sure you subscribe down below to stay up to date with all of Globetrotting's tips and tricks. Until then, thanks.